All right. If you caught the last show, I did Nailsin News, which I did quite a few of those stories, but I really didn't have the time to do any Photoshop or drawing. So that's what I'll do here. I will draw uh, just the women. That's what I like to do. And we'll draw these lovely ladies. And then we'll take a break and put them in Photoshop and put some color to them. Won't that be nice? I think so. So the lovely Sherry says hi. Hi, lovely Sherry. Nodak from Bismarck. Can you guess what he said? That's right. He said hit the like button. So there you go. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, look, it's me. Oh boy, the green of the pencil fix in because you can see the green screen reflecting on my shirt. See, Pell says, "Hey everyone, Nodak salutes Pell." All right, uh, here we'll do the super tip test that won't work. Yeah, you see, you couldn't hear that, could you? No, I could, but you can't. Go figure. Anywho, maybe one day I'll figure it out, but who are we kidding? I'm Doug. So, this first lady, she had a bus. I guess it was an old school bus that was outfitted and a trailer behind it, as I recall. And she was apparently the main caregiver of these mentally disabled adults, some of which were because they were elderly, and suffering from dementia and whatnot. Not sure how she ended up with the custody of them, but well, obviously these people that are just sort of forgotten. It's sad and everything. Uh, it's where I'm going to end up. I don't have kids, that I know of. And so no one's going to care about old man Doug Nelson. So, and I'm, unable to take care of myself, I'll probably be put into the custody of some, monstrous criminal here. Basically, I'll get a paycheck for being responsible for these people. The catch, I won't be responsible at all. And so my guess was she was running this scam, and maybe the heat was getting too close. People noticing, hey, you're not really taking care of these people at all. So she piled them all up in her bus and trailer and whatever she dragged behind it, and hauled ass from Texas to Virginia. That was going to have a new start there, and I guess on the way, it stopped at I don't know, motel or something, which she got the room for her. Her subjects were left in squalor inside the bus. Uh, the article referred to it as being left in filth. My guess is, and I do believe they mentioned a full diaper on one. Uh, yes, she left them in their own fecal matter. Because she was like, I don't want to smell that. And so she got her room, and that's all she cared about. And that was the whole point because she was using them, for the paycheck. Oh, I take care of these poor people and I need help. And so that's the deal. Um, these unfortunates become your meal ticket. Well, meal, just whatever crap she wanted to buy and spend it on. Well, she spent it on herself. You know the deal. Yeah, she spent it on herself and all that. And, um, so she's in trouble, but she should be. So don't feel sorry for her at all. Uh, I guess the only upshot here is the poor uh, people in the bus are probably so far gone they really didn't have any idea what the hell was going on anyway. But due to the neglect, one of them died. Uh, I don't think they were dead just yet when they were discovered, but by the time they got to the hospital, it was all over. So, so she's in a little bit more trouble than had it just been, hey, you've got a busload of mentally disabled people pooping on themselves while you're, you know, in the motel room watching movies and eating bonbons or whatever. You know, I mean, they still make bonbons. Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, that's her story. You know, I forget her name. Does it matter? Uh, she's not long for dementia herself by the looks of her, but then again, that could just be the meth. You know, and there again, the meth could also soon result into dementia and whatnot. Uh, so maybe someone could take advantage of her, you know, provided she's still alive. I don't know. It's not looking great. So there you go. Well, I suppose she said, oh no, I got hooked on meth and it turned me into a person I never intended to be. My boyfriend or husband was mean to me or something, you know. So, you know, you had to go and abuse a busload of people. See? See? Maybe that can be the mitigating circumstances. That just gives her a slap on the wrist. But of course, that dead body in there, oh boy, that's not gonna. That's a tough one there. You know, says, well, they were really old, so they must have died of old age, huh? We're going with neglect. Oh, geez. And then she's like, hey, look, it's tough dealing with someone else's poop, you know? You think you could do better? You know, she could try that. Because most people are going to like, yeah, I don't want to do that either, you know? So maybe she's hoping for that, you know? That might work. It won't, but, you know, I mean, there's been some strange defenses that worked. So, you know, go for broke. So anyway, I don't know what becomes of the bus and the trailer. I wonder if it's still in good condition. I mean, you know, you could hose all that out and make some use of it. I mean, she was driving from Texas to Virginia, so I guess it's good enough to make the trip. So maybe they could auction that off, you know, because, you know, the state will probably seize it. Because she's going to be occupied for a while. Probably won't need it. And I don't think she'll be in the caregiver business anymore either. One would think they would frown on this. I don't know if she had a rap sheet or anything. Probably did. You know, it's like, boy, vetting just is a thing that doesn't occur much these days. Um, and so, say, oh, well, nobody else wanted to do it. She showed up. All right, they're yours. Probably how it goes. But see, that's the fate that's in store for me because it's already starting. A lot of people that I know in my life, they're dying. Some of them are already dead. You know, eventually you reach that point. Everyone you've ever known is gone. See, that's the point of children. When they're sure they're adults and everything. Well, that's the deal. Uh, they're the only ones left who even know who you are. And hopefully they at least like you, you know. So they might come around and check up on you and stuff, provided they have ethics and are decent and somewhat grateful uh, for what you did for them when they were young and innocent and weak and needed protecting and all that good stuff. And if all that clicks and works out, then well, you've got a shot of at least having some amount of comfort before you're caught up in the icy cold grip of death. Otherwise, I don't know, you're laying in your own filth. Yes, I mean poo. Wailing in the night. But no one will answer. Not even a crazy bitch like this who's just looking to cash a check in your name. She'll put you on a bus that once carried children to school. But now it's, the seats are all gutted and everything. And it's like in the days when all the dumb hippies and stuff would try to make a house out of it. Quite a few did. I remember there was a bus like that would come around. And, we were kids and everything and thought it looked awesome and cool. It had all this crap painted on it. Later on, you realize that thing was a pile of shit. But we were looking at people who, age-wise, were adults, but they were refusing to grow up. They wanted to, travel around in a cool vehicle and not have to conform and whatever. But eventually they just become bums because they're not working or anything, so you're utterly dependent on everybody else, most of whom probably don't like you very much because you're annoying. You stink, you're in a weird bus, stuff like that. So it's not a good plan. But this woman, no, she wasn't just going to have a bus to, live like a hippie or whatever. No, the bus was just a means of escaping the glare of the law so that she could maintain her scam on these less fortunate. But anyway, somebody noticed she got caught, and wouldn't you know it, one of her charges decided to up and die right in the middle of all that. So here she is having her portrait done by Mr. Nailsin because she was featured in a news story about crime. So it's funny how things work out. How did I end up here? Well, I just explained all that. And there she is. No, I don't remember her name. I could look it up, but that takes effort. And I've got chat to read. Hit the like button, yeah. Saluting Pale. Susan Dolan says, Hail Pale L. Jackie says, Hi, Doug. I hope you're not too uncomfortable still wearing a tie at 3 a.m. Oh, crap. You're right. I am. Well, I guess I am comfortable. Barely even noticed. Pale L at Nodak. Salute and hail to you as well, Susan Dolan. Susan Dolan says, Hail, Jackie. Pell says, as soon as I get too old to do anything of value, I hope I pass in my sleep. Well, that's the best outcome, Say a massive stroke or heart attack, that's sudden death, and you're sleeping. You went to bed. Sure, you were thinking, well, I got to go do this or that in the morning, whatever. But instead, you never get up because you're dead. And but you went to sleep. Nothing happened. You didn't like scream in pain for hours or any of that kind of stuff. It just knocked you out completely, and you're done. That's the best way to go. The lovely Sherry says, hello, Susan Dolan. Nodak, 2-pound bag of bonbons for $14 on Amazon currently. I had no clue bonbons were a candy/chocolate. I thought bonbons were pastries. See, Pell L follows. I thought bonbons were ice cream. That's what I thought. I thought they were like maybe like a chocolate covered ice cream thing type, almost like an ice cream sandwich. But yeah, I thought it was ice cream. But yeah, live and learn. Pell L, little do I know. Nodak, always learning something new on Doug's stream. Yes, we do learn a lot about nasty creatures like this here. Yep. Well, you done been caught now, you bitch. Maybe that should be the segment. I guess I need to do it up to the camera. You bitch. Like that, that'll learn you. Spurg Snake. Bonbon is the type of candy and confectionery. I'll never know. I'm diabetic. I don't dare sample anything like that, especially now. My numbers suddenly are terrible. I didn't do nothing. Anyway, Pell L, what if reincarnation, you raise a kid like a jerk, then die, and are reborn as your kid's kid, who raises you like a jerk? Well, that's justice. Cosmic justice, Pell L, whenever I hear bonbons, I think of Peg Bundy. Peg. I know everybody was, oogling, the daughter, Kelly, but Peg was pretty hot, actually. I mean, she had that ridiculous wig, but still. And Al, these were the days before Viagra and, of course, Blue Chew and all that. But maybe that's the sad thing about it. If only that had been available. Because he would just complain about sex with her. Whatever. Spurg Snake, 100%, pal. Pell L at Spurg, LOL, great show. That was her favorite snack. Spurg Snack, no ma'am. Pell L, that show would never be allowed today. Oh, well, just every damn show from the, that's at least, ended, 10, 15 years ago? None of it's allowed. The shows they're doing now won't be. Of course, some of them shouldn't be allowed because they're awful. But anyway, A. Thompson says, great drawing, Doug. Yeah, that's not bad. That's kind of her evil face, Still a little too complimentary, though. I'm afraid I can't help it. I just want to pretty them all up. Spurg Snake, good evening, morning, Doug and chat. Well, good evening, morning. Jackie says, Doug, I can't believe you're not a professional voiceover artist. You could make bank so easily. You have a gift. Yeah, I can't believe it either, but it just never happened. I guess you got to know somebody or something. You know how they always say, whatever. But now they have AI, so if there was ever going to be an opportunity, it's too late. Spurg Snake at Pell L, the 10-second hoot and holler break for Kelly Bundy. LOL, yeah. Yeah, they did that a lot on those shows. Pell L, yes, but the stroke heart attack has to be severe enough to finish. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, sudden death. They'll have those like that. Sometimes it's like there's heart attacks. It's just, bam, you're done. You're done. And you don't get up from that. Now, it's like if you're walking around, sometimes it's you fall and hit your head, does further damage and whatnot. But in your sleep, it does happen. They'll come in. Hey, he won't wake up. Oh, my God, he's dead. You're still going to release, though. But you're dead. That's their problem, not yours. So I don't want to be trapped in my own body while some 300 illegal or 300-pound illegal maybe is taking care of me by throwing me around and stealing my crap. Yeah, that's the deal. You want to die from the heart attack immediately because yeah, you'll just be laying there like a sack of shit. Because that's essentially the deal. And yeah, they'll slap you around, take all your stuff, whatever. Pellels at Spur. Yes, she got the Fonzie welcome at the entrance each show. She is my age, but liked Peg better. uh, Jackie says, Doug, have you ever tried the glucose goddess hacks for preventing glucose spikes? All easy and work so well. Really curb appetite too. Glucose goddess hacks? Or do you mean snacks? Well, I'll look into it. There's a bunch of stuff like that around, but one of the things that really hits me is carbs, so I have to avoid those a lot. There's a lot of the diet stuff, and they'll say, "Hey, it's gluten free" or whatever, but it's meaningless for me because they load it with carbs. It's not just the sugar. It's the sugar-making entities. Hell, I thought Kelly was too out of my liege. And I know what you mean. And if we met in RL, she'd clown me like RL. You mean met in real life? Okay. Well, yes, she was out of our league. Spurg Snake, Katie Seagal is a great voice actor as well. Yeah, I know. She was in Futurama. Susan Dolan, hail at Spurg Snake and hail Jackie. Spurg Snake, hey, Susan Dolan, hey, Thompson. Starry says hi. Hi, Starry. Spurg Snake says hi, I guess, or hello. Yeah, Starry. Pell, hey, Starry, good to see you again. Starry says, hey, Spurg Snake. Whoops. Starry, Plaidcore, you scamp. Susan Dolan, hail Starry, and everybody, Starry says hi, Susan. No, Dak, everyone cool. And me too, Starry. Plaidcore says, hey, Susan, hope your night is going well. Plus. Wow, even a plus. So, even better than just well. What did I do with the eraser? Oh, great. Well, that's just fantastic. What did I do? I put it over here. Is it over there? Holy crap. All I got is the eraser on the end of this poor little pencil. Well, I guess that's just the way it's got to be. It's always something. Somehow, I'm doing this in Rumble Studio. I'll probably do the next one in EV Mux. That's what I'll try to do. I'll go back and forth, Won't that be fun? Rumble rants you can do. Super dips you can do. It's just the AI. I won't be able to. I'll be able to hear it. That's true, but you won't be. So where's the fun in that? But the text version, yeah, you can certainly do that. At supertips.gg/Doug. Hey, that's me. And that's how that works. All right. Oh, I got enough space to draw yet another one right off to the side of her. That'll work. And, I forgot to put the... God, what an idiot. Most obvious thing in the world to do. There we go. There. Super tip. All right, who's next? Okay, I'll put... Oh, yeah, this gal. I forget her name, too. But the thing is, she is a scorned woman. And apparently, already separated from her husband, but she's not ready to let go just yet. Uh, but he's more than ready. He's already moved on. And so she's driving down the street and she suddenly sees him uh, with his new girlfriend uh, walking down the street after they went to a Circle K to get stuff. And then they were walking back to, I don't know, whatever hellhole they live in. But she's got the vehicle, and she's driving along and she sees him there hanging on to his new, you know, squeeze. And she was filled with rage and jealousy. So she's, already in a vehicle. So she figures, you know what? I'm going to run that bitch down. And that's just what she did. Now, the estranged husband recognized her immediately. Plus, he knows that vehicle. And he's like, oh, shit. And so they tried to run away. But, turns out vehicles are uh, faster than humans. And they really couldn't. She went after the girlfriend, the husband, I guess she figured, well, that's men for you, but a woman should know better. And so she went after her into some guy's driveway who had nothing to do with any of this and ran the woman over, fractured her vertebrae. But don't worry, there's no paralysis. She apparently is expected to make a full recovery, but not before being in a lot of pain for a good while. And so, of course, the police said, well, we're going to arrest you. And they booked her and all that. So then I got this mugshot, and oh boy, she just looks really pissed. Like, damn it, why am I the bad guy here? Well, you ran over a woman. And okay, so technically you're still married to this guy, but it's called estranged for a reason. It means you just haven't finalized the divorce just yet, sure. But he's not coming back, And so, of course, then again, maybe there's more to the story. Like this little bitch has always been her rival from high school or something like that. And she finally wormed her way into your man's pants. And that's that. But you got the car, the vehicle, the truck, whatever it was, I forget. Uh, and he's on foot with her. Is what it sounds like. You got to walk to the convenience store. But then again, I imagine they live close enough, so they figured it's cheaper just to walk. So maybe it's that sort of thing. But oh man, oh boy, was she pissed. How pissed? Road rage pissed. That's how pissed she was. So, well, at least, no one was killed. So she's got that going for her. Not without trying. I mean, it's going to be an attempted murder charge. I mean, most people don't do well up against a large vehicle running them over. And it's no different than like seeing roadkill on the road, It's basically, that's the deal. So she's going to be charged with that. She was also charged with trespassing because, again, the property where this took place, it was this driveway where the girlfriend was trying to get away from her, so she ran into this driveway. Well, she wasn't going to let that stop her, so she just bulldozed on in there. Uh, but of course, this was some other dude's property, and hey, he didn't ask for this kind of crap. So they charged her with trespassing because she wasn't invited to try to commit vehicular homicide in his driveway. You know, so you got to pay for that too, stupid. Yeah, I suppose the guy says that. Hey, no, I, I don't want to press charges. Screw that. Press away. You want to have this kind. Of course, I don't know if she ran over some of his stuff and that kind of thing. Probably. So there's that too. You know. He's like, hey, damn it, you you ran over my garden gnome and crushed it, you bitch. So there's stuff like that you got to consider. And do you think she'll learn her lesson? No, she's still blaming the girlfriend and all that. So everybody always liked her better than me. Well, sure, she stole your probably useless husband, but she didn't run you over with a SUV or whatever the hell it was. And that's going to make a difference. You're not going to be able to plea it down or try to say it was self-defense or something. With her hanging onto my man like that, I felt my whole life was ending and therefore felt very threatened. So I had to just gun the gas. So, but this will not be accepted as a logical, credible defense. No, I'm afraid not. There we are. Now you too enter the gallery of shame. Shame on you. Shame on you. You bitch. That's the deal. It shouldn't be nasty. Or, at the very least, don't be homicidal. You know? Homicidal road rage. Probably forgot what she was doing. She was probably headed to Circle K too, pick up some things. And was probably pissed off that she had to do that. She doesn't have a husband to call up and tell him to do it for her anymore. God damn. Oh, shit. Oh, that useless bastard. Fuck him. Oh. And then, well, look who it is. You bastard. You little slut. And off she went. Not really thinking this through. No. It was a crime of passion. And she could do that, and say, hey, look, everybody's fine. Except for the garden gnome I ran over. But other than that, everything's great. Can't we just kind of forget about this and move on? Probably not, but she might give it a shot. Okay. Looks like her. Yes. No. Where was I? Okay, yeah, I read that one. Jackie at Pell. She shares all the details online very freely. She has books, but they're not necessary. Thousands of diabetics have vouched for the effectiveness, and plenty of doctors too. Smurg Snake gives 2 salutes to Plaid. Plaidcore sounds interesting, Susan. Take a note. Gonna check it out. Starry looks like her so far. Pell at Jackie. I've opened a tab. It's its own website. Definitely gonna check it out. My problem is I'm 50, eating like I'm 20. Oh, don't do that. I was a weight lifter, exercise person for most of my life, so my body is okay. Well, there you go. See, that's the trick. Pell, but I still eat garbage like my metabolism is still at high speed. But it's not. Starry has a laughing emoji at Susan. Pell, like I went from strict willpower to no willpower. Jackie at Pell, there are several infographics that illustrate the methods. Just search Google Images. Also, she has lots of videos on here. Lots of free Kindle books summing it all up too. Jackie says willpower is often just a function of your glucose levels. If you manage them with these methods, the cravings disappear. At least that was my experience, and many others. Pell at Jackie, any info I can take. I have decent genetics, but won't last forever if I don't adjust. Jackie says a friend is a bariatric surgeon. Oh, yeah. He says obese people aren't obese because they eat. They eat because they're obese. Huh? And they're grilling, I guess, grilling levels are off the charts. Hello at Plaidcore. I remember you talking about it last night. I forgot to mention to you that muscle memory is a real thing. So you start back at zero, but recruit much more quickly. Pell at Jackie. I agree. Willpower, energy, and even depression I have can be a result of my levels being off. Jackie said, he said when someone's glucose or ghrelin is spiking, there's no such thing as willpower. He likens it to mowing the lawn for 3 hours in 100-degree heat and trying not to drink water. Your body overrules. Pell, it's all a big puzzle. Starry, I eat pretty well, but can't stay away from baking sweet stuff. Pell, ghrelin sucks too. Every time I try to fast. Starry, another laughing emoji. Jackie, savory breakfast, nothing sweet. Have a green veg starter for, cucumber, pickle, salad, whatever. And protein before anything starchy and sweet. TTB vinegar in water 10 minutes before starch/sugar. Jackie says, sweets only ever as a dessert after protein and veg, not as a snack. Spurg Snake, shame on you, is going on the soundboard. Oh, for the punishment of these criminals. Plaidcore, Jackie, a wealth of great info. Thank you. Pell at Jackie, I need eating protein. I read eating protein first, as that kicks digestion into high gear. Then the carbs, sugars are quicker to digest, and you don't feel like you ate bricks. Well, you don't want to feel them on the way out either. Plaidcore, I do like vinegar water. I've been meaning to get some. Thanks for the catalyst, Jackie. Starry, yes, foods with nutrients before anything. Everything else will add calories. Nodak super tip is in. Okay, well, let me see what it said. Okay. Starry says, thanks for streaming. Was looking for something new. Well, you're welcome, Starry, and thank you for the $5. It is appreciated. And happy to stream. Nodak. Nodak, $5 for Doug's new eraser fund. It's here somewhere. Hey, Doug, have you ever drawn Gene Shalit? No, I haven't. The film critic from the Today Show. Can you believe he's still alive? No, I can't. I thought he's 99. Wow. I could have sworn I'd heard he'd passed away. All right. I was wrong about that. And good for Gene, huh? I guess, yeah. All right. Okay. Bloop. Yeah. All right. We're caught up on those. So, thank you for contributing to this lovely program. Jackie says the protein also helps blunt that. Uh, the sugar, the absorption of it. Plaid core, perf. Appreciate saving me the time searching for something of worth, Susan Dolan. Well, there we go. That's holy shallot, Pelel says. Yes. Apparently, good Lord, he's still alive. Gene Shalit. Yep. I remember the old days of the Today Show, which isn't today anymore, is it? No. No, it isn't. Okay, here's this lady, if we can call her that. Well, she got tired of being married to I guess, a Hollywood hairdresser. Yeah. And decided she much preferred the amorous attentions of a convicted sex offender. So, uh, with him and some other idiot, conspired to murder her husband. And, well, she got caught. You know, she didn't want to go through a divorce and stuff. She just wanted to make sure she got all this stuff. You know, but you would think, in the early days of the relationship you're dating, it's what doesn't it come up? What do you do? And he says, "Well, I'm a hairdresser." Oh, now look, I know there's barbers, you know, but I mean, hairdressers. That's the realm of gay men, isn't it? I mean, come on. You mean it's kind of it's like a law or something. I don't know. I suppose it's possible. Like some guys trying to figure out something to do, and he does that. And it's like, I don't know. It turns out I was good at it. I don't know, and ends up doing that. You know. Plus, there's like all these broads coming in needing their hair done, and if he's got a thing for women's hair, he gets to touch it. Yes, yes. But probably not. He's probably gay. She wasn't getting any, and and she's desperate enough for it that she'll go for the sex offender. I don't know what you know actual details of what act put him on the registry, but she apparently doesn't care. Anything to get out of that marriage. Well, not anything. Could have just, like I said, divorced. But since she was the unfaithful one, maybe that's the deal where uh, she wasn't going to win this. So she decided, you know what? If he just dies, then I get everything. You know, house, car, and/or cars, all that stuff. The dog, whatever. And so it was much easier to do that. Plus, the convicted sex offender, a boyfriend, well, he's probably going to want some of that too. He could just move on in with the girlfriend's place that she murdered to get a hold of. So I know you're not really thinking this through. When she's tired of you, then. But anyway, went in there and stabbed this dude, and the other guy. There wasn't a lot of information about it. Well, what the hell was he even part of this for? Said he assisted the guy in the stabbing of the hairdresser, and so he's He's doing the less time. She got life. So did he. Um, but the accomplice, I guess, I think he's got to do 15, if I remember correctly, something like that. So yeah, she wanted something else. Found it in the arms of a convicted sex offender. But then again, it could be she was just on the lookout for someone she figured, hey, he's capable of doing really evil things. I'll seduce this idiot into it, and hopefully he can just take the blame for it. And I'm like, oh, this evil man killed my husband, and but it didn't work out that way. Somehow, the police were wise to the plot. Either that, or they just get them all in the room, and she said this was all you. What? And then he, tells the whole story, that kind of thing. Plus, they added yet another guy in there, so God knows what he fessed up to. Yeah. Oh boy, sometimes when it comes to murder, good help is hard to find. So that's it for them. But I mean, you knew what you were getting into, and you did it anyway. Like that crazy school teacher who had the affair with her student and a soccer player or whatever, but she was married to a baseball player. But apparently she preferred soccer. So, you know, this broad decided, I don't want to be the wife of a hairdresser. Which, in some ways, well, it's fine, but your solution to it wasn't. No. As for the sex offender, I don't know. He's probably thinking, well, might as well go back to prison. I got nothing going on out here. I mean, I'm a disgusting monster. So might as well just go back to prison, I don't think she'll serve the full life sentence. They'll think, hey, she's a kindly old lady now, let her go. It's usually what happens. They've had these rash of cop killers in New York being let out. I mean, it's because, the parole board are a bunch of commies and whatnot. And some of them particularly brutal instances, too. And they're just like, oh, well, he's a kindly old man now. And so, life sentence, you will be sentenced to life. I mean, it'd probably do a couple of decades. But that doesn't mean it's forever. No, it doesn't. Sorry, Pat. And they get out. Of course, the victim never gets paroled. They're still dead. So funny how that just doesn't really work out at all, does it? Because that's the deal. Well, if you can bring them back, well, we might be convinced to go ahead and give you some of that old parole. Still got to do some time, though, because there's still that business of you've proven that you're a murderous piece of shit, you know. So there's that. But we do appreciate your abilities of bringing someone back from the dead. She's got almost some sort of deer in the headlights look. Maybe at the time of the mugshot, she was still, I can't believe this is happening. Somebody kills my husband and I'm being blamed. Turns out they got her text messages, maybe even full on video and recordings of her. I just want the bastard gone. That kind of thing. How do you explain this? I was under stress and very afraid of these murderers. Oh. All right. There she is. Isn't that lovely? And then finally, this crazy broad who, what the hell did she do? I guess it was her. Was it a boyfriend or her husband? I can't remember if they had gotten married or not. But anyway, she had openly boasted that she wanted to gut him like a deer. Um, so, and I guess she did. So someone said, yeah, I remember her talking about that. And then I guess she did it. Yeah. Well, of course, it is that old, saying if someone says, I'm going to kill you, well, you'd best believe it. He probably thought, come on, you're being silly. Hey, what's with the knife? Ooh. But, she wasn't happy and stuff like that. Oh, why did it have to come to this? So on and so forth. So, she's thinking, all right, sure, he's dead. But what about me? No one even seems to even ask about me anymore. That's probably the attitude. If there was just some way to reach her, you can't. There we go. Yeah. 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 So I can't imagine what could have inspired her to want to gut him like a deer. I, I don't know. Was he cheating on her? Did he um, forget to buy cat food before coming home? Any number of things can set off deadly rage. Which, for the most part, doesn't really matter. He's dead. You can't just. Yeah, I know it was wrong, but he really pissed me off. And, it's. Yeah. Well, you can't kill him for that. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, well, I don't really believe that either, but ignorance of the law is no excuse. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I keep thinking, does she have earrings on? No, they probably take all that off. None of that allowed. You might be able to use the needle to pick the lock in the cell door. You wouldn't want her going all MacGyver on you. There we are. Ah, crap. Well, Photoshop will have to save that. That looks like her mouth opened. It's not open. She's just sitting there doing a very kind of deer in the headlights look, but mostly a cold, steely glare. I'll get you too. Dun dun dun. None of you are safe. Dun 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 dun. Well, probably are. I mean, I don't think you're going anywhere. But, after that Susan Smith story, when we found out, hey, some of the female prisoners, they get these love letters too. Because you got a lot of serial killers and whatnot, and there's all these women that are in love with them and stuff. It's like right now, the stupid Luigi Mangione thing. Good Lord. What a way to express to the whole damn world you're a dumb fucking idiot. But it's a thing that happens. And, Susan Smith, wanting her parole, had all these boyfriends, who would write her love letters and shit. Some of them visited, you know, for the conjugal visit, and but none of them showed up to be character witnesses about how she had changed and all that, and should be let go now. Sure, she murdered her two sons to impress a rich boyfriend who said, "Hey, I don't want any kids." Uh, so she said, "Oh well, I got to take care of that." But that was a long time ago, and so she needed her boyfriends to come back her up. Not one of them showed up. But one in particular was all heartbroken. He thought he was the only one, only to find out there were several men, uh, you know, wooing Susan Smith. And he sounded devastated. I thought it was special. I thought we were special. But he thought wrong. So I guess that's one of the things you got to expect when you date a woman who's willing to murder her two children. Hey, do you think she can learn from that and become a better person? No. All right. Oh, yeah, I got to watch the final episode of Daredevil. Man, what a disappointment that thing is, man. But I'll do that after I get off here. I don't know what I'll do for Wednesday comics. I really don't. I mean, there's a couple of comics I could talk about. I can't remember if I talked about the Masterworks of the X-Men type thing. I think I already did that for Fantastic Four. So I'll probably do that. And she almost has the beginning of a smile there. It's kind of creepy. Ah, damn it. It's smudging. Well, once again, Photoshop will abide. All right. Whoops. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. Dum 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 dum. Boy, this is taking forever. They're still talking about diabetic food. Yeah, breakfast, yeah, dessert, Jackie, a wealth of, yeah, did that. The lovely Sherry says, thanks for reminding me to drink water. Vinegar diluted in water creates a sort of mesh that lines your stomach and prevents the full absorption of the glucose from starch sugar. Well, isn't that interesting? Jackie, the protein also helps blunt the. Okay, I missed that one from earlier. Yeah, all right. Holy shallot. I normally don't talk about this boring stuff. Sorry. It's quite all right, Miss Jackie. Jackie, poor Gene. His wife died in 1978 and he never remarried. He has 6 children. A great Jew. Geez, 1978. Yeah. He never got over, Well, I mean, you never really do. Never remarried. Not even like a girlfriend or anything, I guess. Yeah. I guess she was the only one for Gene. Starry, not boring, Jackie. Appreciated. Yes. Pellel, agreed. Always good to learn stuff. Jackie, Doug, Gene Shalit wrote a book about comics you might enjoy. Khrushchev's top secret coloring book. Really? Nikita Khrushchev's coloring book. I'll have to check that out. Pellel Plycor, I eat a protein shake in the morning, sometimes as a quick fix. How are those, Jackie? They say you shouldn't drink your calories all the time. Nodak, yeah, Pat watching Siskel and Ebert reminded me of Shallot, so I looked him up. Turned 99 almost a month ago. Wow. Man, I wonder how he's doing, though, you know. Jackie at Plaidcore, can't beat eggs from my point of view. Cheap, easy, quick, tasty. I wouldn't do a protein shake first thing since they're sweet. Get comfy eating non-breakfast foods for breakfast, such as chicken. Starry, wow, Nodak. Starry, eggs are a perfect food, full of vitamins and minerals. Yeah, they are. I do tend to eat a lot of eggs these days. Jackie at Pellel, I do like the Sun Warrior brand of protein shakes because there's no added sugar. Great nutrients and aminos. Plus, they taste like milkshakes. Oh, really? Not cheap, but worth it. Plaidcore, I second, Starry. Jackie. Starry Plaidcore is my super twin. Jackie Pellel, the Sun Warrior protein powders, I mean, not shakes. They're unparalleled, in my opinion. Jackie, yes, that's why I mentioned eggs. People don't appreciate how perfect they are. I'm observing Passover now, and eggs are a real staple this week. All right. Plaidcore, I have a sub to Kashava. I'll start doing that in the morning, Pellel. Eggs are great. I'll start doing one or the other. Possibly both, Jackie. Jackie, Mary Kay Letourneau? No, she kind of, well, I doubt that she started the trend, but she was the first big story of that scenario, especially since the boy was 11. But this was a recent story. Yeah, her husband, I don't know if he had been in professional. I mean, I think maybe he was played in the minor leagues, and I can't remember. And probably end up being a coach or something like that. But he was, baseball was the big thing for him. And she coached soccer and was she the math teacher or something like that? Anyway, got to know this boy on the soccer team and became infatuated with him. And yeah, that whole thing. Then tried to say, oh, this boy's obsessed with me. And that's what this is all about. Well, yes, but how do you explain your nudes? Oh, that. Yeah, doesn't everybody? And that's the situation that happened. And listening to her on the camera stuff, it fits in with there's just this weird infantilized mindset that she sounds like a kid. She's probably more mentally a child than the boy is, So anyway, Mary Kay Letourneau, crazy that she's already dead. One of the daughters she had with her student already has her own child now. Yeah, time flies, doesn't it? Plaidcore, Jackie, I put some avocado on top when I have the time. Plaidcore, super twins unite, Starry. Jackie at Plaidcore, my trainer always says that the best eating plan is the one you're going to stick with. No drastic calorie cutting either. Pellel at Jackie, I'll look into Sun Warrior. My staple now is the gold standard when standard whey from Optimum Nutrition. I used to take zero carb isopure, but switched over. They do have some sugar. Plaidcore, I guess we already are being super twins and all. Jackie Plaidcore, I love avocado. Just avocado with salt is a perfect snack for me. So good. Pellel at Plaidcore, I love scrambled eggs. Yeah, me too. I can eat breakfast any time of day. Boy, that's true, isn't it? I guess that's the success of Waffle House too, although they do have other stuff. But anyway, Pellel at Jackie, yes, avocado is great too. Plaidcore, breakfast at any time is the right time. Sorry. Right, Jackie. Cutting calories drastically results in fatigue. Nutrient-dense foods and exercise is the best plan. Spurg Snake, necromancy, eh? Are you referring to the subway story? Oh my God. Holy crap. somebody had to top the other terrible incident at the zoo. Jeez. Yeah, he was a someone put in the comments, I think, necro-romancer. Something like that. Oh, jeez. Susan Dolajeki, I like to pour scrambled eggs on shredded chicken or beef into a microwavable covered porcelain crockery and making a sandwich out of it. Jackie, the Sun Warrior protein powders are also super easy to digest, barely an inconvenience compared to whey or, say, soy-based proteins. They include multiple plant protein sources, and the texture and flavor can't be beat, in my opinion. St. Ranger says, hi, all. Hi, St. Ranger. Plaidcore, one of the reasons anyway. Plaidcore, yo, St. Ranger. Susan Dolan, hail, St. Ranger. Jackie, hi, St. Ranger. Jackie, I recognize you from MLC. Or, as Pat would have said in the good old days, MLC. I didn't do it right. Plaidcore, you vape, St. Ranger. Yeah, you vape, St. Ranger? Going back to your comment in the Pat chat. Pellella, Jackie, whey is pretty quick to digest. Never really tried plant-based. Whey is good after a workout. But before bed, I think slower digesting protein is better. So I don't wake up hungry. St. Ranger says yes. I guess he vapes. Pellel, hey, at all the way absurd. Oh, all the way absurd. Jackie Pellel, I just always found whey protein powders too foamy. Perhaps I am picky about textures. Plaidcore, Pellel, I wonder why that is. Jackie at Plaidcore, I fell asleep during MLC today and woke up 4 hours later, hence being awoke now. Plaidcore, ugh, now I'm getting hungry with all this egg and chicken talk. Jackie, lots of Sanpaku eyes tonight, Doug. Sanpaku. In the drawing? Boy, they do have the crazy. See, she's just pissed off about the other girlfriend, and that's kind of a temporary craziness, you know? And this one, she's just a hardcore criminal ripping off, you know, elderly and mentally ill people and stuff like that. But these two, hard, evil, demonic possessed murderers. There you go. You can see it in the eyes. Starry at Plaidcore, Pellel at Plaidcore. I'm wondering if the chicken in its process of digesting throws your body into overdrive and your dreams are affected. That's my uneducated guess. Well, they always say, you know, your dreams are a result of something you ate. Plaidcore, LOL, Jackie, I do that. Kevin's face is an odd thing come back to consciousness with. Are you sleeping? You're sleeping in my show? Susan Dolan and Doug, I haven't heard that Looney Tune version of Edward G. Robinson in ages. Yeah. It's their mouth, see? Jackie, if you want crazy vivid dreams, well, not particularly, I don't know, but anyway, mix 2 to 4 tablespoons or teaspoons, or is it tablespoons or TB of potato starch into water or milk and drink on an empty stomach. The resistant starch is good for the gut. And the bonus is wild dreams. I love it. Plaidcore, that's a good guess, Pellel. Jackie at Plaidcore, I don't want to have nightmares. Kind of crazy that KB screaming can lull me to sleep at this point. It's KB's ASMR. Just white noise to me now. Plaidcore, totally. Starry, I have a serial killer story. Uh-oh. Bella, as we learn by all the people you cover in your news, people are strange as hell. Oh, that's right. Oh, yes. And not in the good way, like, oh, they're eccentric, but charming. Oh, no. Plaidcore, smiley emoji, Starry, Super Twins, Pellel, Starry, really? Would love to hear. Closest came to a serial killer is I live in the same city Aaron Hernandez grew up. Ooh. Plaidcore, similar logic and longitude, LOL, Starry. St. Ranger, is this the one who drowned them in the car? Susan, I almost said Susan Sarandon. No, Susan Smith. Yes. She was recently almost up for parole. They denied it, and come to find out, she had all these boyfriends who would visit her in prison and all that. And a couple had conjugal visits, yeah. And one of them was heartbroken to find out there were others. He thought he was special. He wasn't. Pale Saint Ranger Susan Smith, it was, but not who he's drawing. Yeah, I'm not drawing Susan Smith. I did at the time of that story. It's somewhere. I had colored it too. It was probably in one of the past streams, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I did it on Pat's show. I can't remember. Anyway, Star, I used to supplement mountain workouts at the gym with walking in Peabody Puritan Cemetery in 2015, 2016. I was walking one day and there were police near my car at the entrance. They were in the process of excavating the supposed Boston Strangler. Wow. TPLL even says, oh, wow. Gladcore, I'm going to try that as well. Excavate Boston Strangler? Oh, no, you're talking about the diet and stuff. I'll try that as well, Jackie. Sounds healthy and trippy. Two great things, in my opinion. Starry, smiley emoji. It was crazy. Yeah, I wonder why I guess they found trying to get DNA to see if he was the killer of some other victim story, whatever. Pale Jackie, I'm going to try the potato starch too. I took Alpha Brain, but want something natural. Plaidcore, LOL, Starry. Did you have to deal with any nonsense? Plaidcore. They didn't say anything to me, but I asked what was going on. Susan Dolan says cinnamon will also help you digest white processed sugar, as your body can't. Try switching to brown sugar when cooking, like apple pie and oatmeal. Food will taste sweeter and better. Starry, I talked with a man who lived down the street from him. He didn't like him, obviously. Plaidcore. Anything interesting, Starry? St. Ranger says, Pam is typing. All right. Starry says, Plaidcore, I worked out an SNF, in the area at the time. It's a subject no one wants to discuss. He was just disgusted and shaking his head a lot. It's been 10 years, but I honestly can't recall if he knew him or not. Plaidcore, so many tips and suggestions. I'll pop some cinnamon in my tea. I was about to say I can't read all of these. Did St. Ranger. Dog, I like that you read the chat. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Right, Susan. Wow. Everyone really know their nutrition in this chat. Pellel, I called the guy who did the necro screwing at the subway, the grim raper. Yes, I would say so. I mentioned to toot my comedic horn, but I know I'm showing how strange and creepy I am. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, if you Pat said it's got to be one of the craziest stories it covered. And that is saying something on that show. Oh, my God. Yes. Don't sleep on the subway, and for God's sakes, don't die on it. Terrible things will happen to your body. Jackie, sorry I was AFK and kind of embarrassed to have sent so many messages for Doug to read. It's all right. I mean, it's really for everybody. It sounds like I'm a paid shill for Glucose Goddess and Sun Warrior. They sound like superheroes. The potato starch can be any brand, though. Plaidcore, Doug just reminded me after reading, I do a quick avocado and lime mash. I did I? But I put it on Triscuits for the church, for crunch and salt. I do wonder about if the wheat is good, fiber, or just makes paste after ingesting. Plaidcore, thoughts, Jackie? Story. Jackie, we're turning this into a super enlightened nutrition chat. I'll have to start doing a cooking show. Don't be sorry. It's all interesting, and Doug reading it is funny, says Pellel. Jackie, Plaidcore, I'm not a nutritionist, but I don't think Triscuits are great protein. That said, everyone needs a treat. Have you tried Swedish flatbreads like Ravita? I think I have actually myself. Yeah, they're not bad. Plancar, what's with weird S SNF as a subject, Starry? Plaidcore, I combined two sentences, LOL. Starry, Plaid, SNF, skilled nursing facility. Oh, sniff. Plaidcore, I guess removed the with. Jackie, I like the Pascure's multigrain and spelt flatbreads. How long have I been to? Good Lord. I'm at the end. Okay. Getting ready to take the break so I can put this stuff into Photoshop. So there's probably a non-kosher brand that would be easier for you to find, but I love those for hummus, eggs, cheese, etc. Jackie, I'm feeling very guilty for making so much work for Doug. Plaidcore Forsh, I did have to look it up. Is it just a depressing place after a while, depending on temperament? Jackie says Saint Triscuit. Plaidcore, no, but I will try Ravita or something similar, that is. Jackie, cottage cheese on a high fiber flatbed is really good if you like cottage cheese. Yeah, I do. I can't eat potatoes anymore. I do miss putting it on baked potatoes. But, All right. Let me jump over. Spoof. The Gavin McGinnis cartoon segment I did. It's brand new. And then I put in the Anthony one as well, which it's been around a while, but it's about Tarzan. Oh, it's great. You'll just love it. Then I'll be back with these ladies in the old Photoshop.
And now it's time for the world's greatest superheroes band together as friends to justice. They are the Best Friends. Early one morning at the Hall of Superdom. No better way to start the day than a nice view of the sweetest cheeks on earth.
Yeah, I hear you, best man. Maid of honor sure makes it easy to rise and shine.
Hey, watch your mouth, Plool Man. My admiration for my girlfriend's assets is not an invitation to your crude, sleazy commentary. And by the way, I can smell the beer sweating through your pores. I'm sick and tired of having to deal with your slacking off around here. We're superheroes, damn it! How are we supposed to maintain a stellar reputation when one of us passes out or poops his pants on occasion?
I don't know.
You don't know, huh? Well, I do. Either you get your act together, or I'll give you the boot. A team operates with teamwork, and I can't have a member of my team face down in a pile of his own puke in the middle of a crisis. Are you listening?
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah, I understand, man. I'm sorry.
Yes, you are sorry, Pool Man. The trick here is for you to stop being sorry and be a man who can stand tall in his tights.
Hey.
What is it, Wingman?
General Wilcox is on the horn. Says he's got a mission for us.
Can Pullman overcome his addiction? Will Best Man trust him to be able to perform on the team for General Wilcox's mission? And just what is said mission? Find out in the next exciting episode of Best Friends. Best Friends is a Nailsin production. All characters are written and performed by me, Douglas Nailsin, with music by Kevin MacLeod and other public domain sources.
Most people believe that Captain Hook got his name from having his hand cut off by Peter Pan and replacing it with a hook. Turns out his name was already Captain Hook before this. You see, Hook had Peyronie's disease. It's a condition where one's dick is deformed and takes on a shape not unlike a hook. Yeah, he had to fuck butt to butt, which didn't work out so great. Plus, masturbation was just a clumsy mess.
And now it's time for the world's greatest superheroes band together as friends to justice. They are the Best Friends.
Hey,
What is it, Wingman?
General Wilcox is on the horn. Says he's got a mission for us.
And soon, several members of the Best Friends, including Best Man, Wingman, Pullman, Maid of Honor, Dynamofo, and Rocket Man, are assembled in the operations room of the Hall of Superdom. Best Friends, we need your help. It appears one of our oil rig platforms in the Gulf of Mexico is currently under attack by a giant sea serpent. Oh, great. Another ocean job. Damn it, it takes forever to get the stench of seawater out of my tights. Well, wait a minute. Pool man, what is your element? This mission's right up your alley. Plus, your suit is made of rubber.
Yeah, that's right, Dynamofo.
Yes, you make a good point there, Dynamofo. Very well, Pool man, this mission is yours. However, upon your return, I'll expect an in-depth analytical report on the entirety of the mission.
Alright.
And soon, Pullman is streaking across the surface of the Gulf of Mexico on his jet ski.
Damn stupid best man. Always putting me down in front of everybody. Especially Maid of Honor. Asshole. I mean, Maid of Honor might see me differently if Best Turd wasn't messing me up all the time. Damn it.
But then, upon arrival at the imperiled oil platform, Pool Man finds his fellow best friend, Medicine Man, has already engaged the giant sea serpent. By using the mystical powers of his ancient ancestors, Medicine Man has assumed his giant form.
What the hell? What's Medicine Man doing here? How do you even know to come here in the first place? Oh, wait a minute. Damn it. Best Man did it to me again. Hey, Medicine Man.
Pool Man, didn't notice you there.
Yeah, hey, good job with the big snake there. I guess I'll go down below and check on any damage done to the drilling apparatus.
Oh, yeah, sure. Good idea. And so, Pullman dives down into the depths of the water to inspect the oil platform's drilling apparatus.
Dumb village people looking, well, it ain't Medicine Man's fault. It's Best Man. He always undercutting me. Undercutting my own job here. How the hell am I supposed to prove my goodness if he's gonna be undercutting me? I just gotta wrap this up. It doesn't look like it did much damage to it. It just wrapped around it. Wait a minute, what's that? It looks like a pile of... It is! It's a pile of giant eggs! Oh my God! She's just a mother protecting her young. I gotta get back to the surface and tell Medicine Man before he does any more harm.
But as Pullman reaches the surface...
Hey, Medicine Man! It's all a misunderstanding. She's just trying to protect her babies down below.
What's that, Pullman? I couldn't hear you over the screams and struggles of the serpent's exploding head.
Oh my God!
Oh no. How will Pool Man react to Medicine Man's gruesome solution to the sea serpent attack? Find out in the next exciting episode of Best Friends. Best Friends is a Nailsin production. All characters are written and performed by me, Douglas Nailsin, with music by Kevin MacLeod and other public domain sources.
You may have noticed you don't hear from Tarzan much these days. Well, turns out his pet chimp, Cheetah, was really jealous. And one day he caught Tarzan fucking Jane. Cheetah freaked out and took liberties with Tarzan's anatomy. Cheetah relieved Tarzan of his sack with his foot. Yeah, the fact that he used his foot was an extra fuck you from Cheetah. Anyway, Tarzan ordered an elephant to stomp Cheetah, but the damage was done. Jane left him for a witch doctor. It's all sad.
Yeah, I guess it is sad, isn't it? Yeah. Poor Tarzan. Oh, well, I mean, never did find out if Cheetah was jealous. Well, I guess he had a thing for Jane, you know. Nodak says, I like that I have the power to make Doug Rig. Damn. Okay, I'm going to have to skip through. Oh, plus, I got to go watch Daredevil. Yeah, I got to do that. Stuff like that. Anyway, the first woman you drew looks kind of like a brunette Sarah Paulson. Oh, yeah. I know what you... Yeah, because... yeah, kind of, because she does have her upper lip is a bit thicker than the bottom one type thing. The one on the right looks like a better groomed Andrea Dworkin. Okay. Let me get to, I got a couple of super tips here. So we'll do that. Oh, I got to put the camera on. There we are. So Pell sends $10. Why, thank you, Pell for the hangout. Oh, well, you're welcome. Yeah. And again, thanks for the $10. Pam I am. Here we go. Hi, Pam. Oh, I suppose hi, Pam. For $20. Good Lord. Hey, Doug, St. Ranger here. Pam sent this from the two of us. We enjoy listening to you and watching you draw. Pam here. I like the broad range of things you discuss. Lifetime knowledge seekers. Hi, y'all. Well, thanks to Jackie here, we did get quite the nutritional lesson for a healthy eating and whatnot, which, is a lovely thing. So, all right. So now I will move to the photo shop to put a little color to these. I was going to say colorful characters, but jeez. Wait. I think it's there. She is. There's the bus driver. Not quite Sarah Paulson, but. So we'll get right to it. I guess put kind of close up things here. I always forget this while I'm drawing it. I think that'll work more or less. Well, we'll use the soft brush. Yes. Oh, yes. Quite the soft brush. Oh, yes, it is. But first, let me see. I'll probably have to. Yeah, well, we'll figure that out. See how we're putting the flesh upon the face of this evil bus driver. Yes. Saying, hey, I'll make bank on these mentally ill people, you know. Well, but whoops. It all went wrong when they, couldn't take care of themselves, which is the point of your supposed position. Caregiver. You got to actually give the care. I suppose it would be a stipulation for the profession of caregiver to actually care. I mean, it might be the first question. Do you care about other people? And not really. Oh, well, when can you start? Right away. All right, you're hired. Look, when it comes to caregiving, good help is hard to find. So you can always rely on that excuse. And plus they might have thought it was a bonus that holy crap, she's got her own bus. That's something. Hey, she can take them on fun field trips and stuff. Won't that be nice? Yeah. So, or who am I kidding? There was no thinking at all. She applied to be the caregiver of these people that sadly no one else wanted, and that's what happened. That's what happened. So again, yes. Oops. Tan tan tan. Her real features appear. Pam pam pam. Uh, but yeah, sudden death, heart attacks, pretty much the way to go. And if it's sudden death, then you don't even really wake up. You're snoozing away. It's great. I don't know what kind of dreams you're having, uh, but you just don't wake up. And oh, that's right, her dumb shirt is pink as well. Well, yeah, it kind of matches. Um, Maybe we can do that. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, you gotta wait. There we go. Um, Maybe that. Yeah, whatevs. Okay. Now, come on, ladies. You want to look your best? Because you're going on the thumbnail. That's right. You're finally going to get to be cover girls. Sure, you dreamed, but after a while you thought, oh, that'll never happen. And yet, here you are. Isn't that something? Oh, yes. Okay. Um, Look, it was nothing personal. I just was trying to make money off of the unfortunate. I mean, is that so wrong? Well, yes. Oh. It's probably the only positive outcome here. You learn something. You sure do. Oops, wrong brush. There you go. There we are. There we are. There we are again. There. I don't know what was waiting for her in Virginia. I guess she knew somebody could get set up there, and keeps going. Just I'm taking care of all these people. Wow, that's amazing. You're practically a saint. You know that? Well, I don't want to toot my horn, but wow, you hear stories about people who really give of themselves, but you rarely meet them. Every now and then, somebody who's really nice and caring about the community and all that. Um, but then to see someone dedicate their whole lives to people they don't even really know, and yet there she is, giving it her all. Oh, wait a minute, one of them's dead. Oh my God, they're laying in their own filth. What the hell is this? Huh? Oh, damn it. I told them not to do that. Let me get the cattle prod. That'll fix them up. Oh my God. So it was all downhill after that. That's just my imagination on how things might have unfolded. I don't know for sure. That's probably a good guess, though. Let's see, did she do her eyebrows too? Not really. Uh, I'll have to do another layer. Come on. Maybe like that. Uh, I'm sitting here for my mugshot, and all I can think, why me? Why me? I guess no good deed goes unpunished. Yeah. Hmm. I wonder if that will work. Whoops. Nope. Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. It's all too much for me to take. Something, something, something. All right. There you go. You're all set. Now, don't you just feel pretty? I'm pissed off. I don't want to hear one word. Not one word. Well, you're probably going to have to hear quite a few, I'm afraid. In court and stuff. Oh, that's not going to work. Yeah, let's just do it the other. Go ahead, do the brush. We'll just we'll get a little Photoshop brush here. Hey, I wonder if Bob Ross would have ever taken up Photoshopping. He'd probably be like, that's against his values as an artist. Uh, uh, uh. If it's not up on the canvas right in front of me with my brush and my scraper, want nothing to do with that. Never did delve into the whole story that he was in military intelligence during the Vietnam War. It was like, Bob Ross? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's probably a movie there. The idea is imagining young Bob Ross sent on to, assassinate some North Vietnamese general. And it's like, hiding in the lake, with a knife in his mouth. Right there. Once I get up on it, just one quick slit of the throat, and it's all over. Later on, to deal with the stress, he just wanted to do something quiet and peaceful, like watercolor painting of mountains and trees and stuff like that. And he developed his peaceful persona to deal with the raging horror he witnessed. And I guess it worked out. He got a little, PBS gig out of the deal. And people would watch him paint trees and mountains to go to sleep to. Yeah. Do 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 do. I don't know what color shirt she's wearing, but she's in prison, so we can probably guess it's probably orange. I don't know if they still do it. I remember, like, what was that, Sheriff Arpaio or something like that, made the prisoners wear pink. I don't know if they even bothered with, like, female prisoners, because it's like, well, they're not going to mind that. Like, oh, we get to wear pink. Yeah. At least I wouldn't think, damn it. What the hell? Oh, it's probably, yeah, okay. All right. We'll deal with you later. Okay, so I don't think that's her natural hair color. I mean, I'm not an expert in these matters, but I don't think it is. There we go. So the estranged husband and his new girlfriend walking down the street from the Circle K. Suddenly, he recognized that truck and the flaming faux red hair within. And he knew trouble was bearing down upon them. So he just hauled ass, and the girlfriend was left to her own devices. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. And because he knew she meant business. He knows that woman like no one else. And he's like, why do you think I wanted to get away from her? She's nuts. And now everyone's going to say, well, I thought you were just, mad at her or whatever. But holy shit, I guess you were right all along. She's nuts. She's guano loco. But I'm sure you can argue it's only temporary. Crime of passion, Oh boy, no one can hurt you as much as the ones you've loved. When they betray you, when they reach deep into your heart, deep into the very center of your soul, only to just shit all over it. It's like, yeah, well, I just didn't feel like being true to you today. Oh boy. Yeah, she didn't like that. And, I mean, to some extent, you can understand. But then again, hey, how come he'd rather be with someone else? But then again, also, what do you want to bet that the girlfriend is really hot? I mean, by comparison, certainly. And that's just going to make it even worse. You got to walk around with your prettiness. you bitch. So she, she guns the gas, and there you go. Well, afterwards, you got to think, damn, I, I can't help but feel like I didn't think this through. Yeah. But you're just damn lucky she's not dead, you dumb bitch. Because looking at more serious time, probably still, though. I mean, she did suffer some pretty severe injuries, which, according to the medical personnel, shouldn't be of the permanent nature. But that's going to be a lot of pain for a while. And I'm pretty sure she'll have no problem showing up saying, I want this bitch put away. And they're going to say, well, sucks to be you, stupid. And that's all she wrote. Do-do-do, that's all she wrote. Do-do-do, that's all she wrote. Nice, she's really kind of orange here. And again, somehow subconsciously, I always pretty them up, When I draw you, you will be beautiful. Like a star. Yeah. Not really capturing all the texture, Kind of have to, let's see, maybe, no, not that. No, not that. Anything but that. Damn it, where? There it is. Uh, there we go. Oh well. Why waste more effort? Well, there we go. There's our first two. Oh yes, I will go ahead and take the background out. You take the background out, and you shake them all about. All right. Congratulations, ladies. Congratulations. Uh, oh wait, I gotta go. Yeah, not you. You can go. You're dismissed. Uh, you can go. All right. The lady who doesn't like the hairdresser husband. Well, it's a living, you know. Get rid of all this. It's like this and like that, and it's like this and like that, and there you go. That ain't good enough. What if we do it like, I don't know. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All the lines. All that. All that. And more. You fell asleep in the sun. This way? No. A little bit further. A little sliver right here, intermongst the hair. Oh, yes. Yes. And there we are. Oh, that's absolutely lovely. Oh, it's lovely. All right. There we go. That's wonderful. Now, kind of back off a bit, I think. Something like that. And, yeah, I think I'll go with that. Oh, I could have done the whole. Oops, I didn't want to do that. The whole thing. Eh. Alright. Once again. There we go. Let's see here. Huh? What do you know? Alright. Could be this, I think. Hey, I wonder if the husband did her hair, you know? Now what are you going to do? Yeah, all the roots are going to come out and all that. And, you know, the prison barber is just not going to be able to match the, you know, the pursuit of excellence like your husband did. And that's when you're going to realize, oh, damn it. You never really appreciate anything or anyone until they're gone. Yeah. Damn it. Why does this happen to me? Oh, right. I got my sex offender paramour to murder him. Yeah. Oh, well. I guess her memoir will be called My Bad Hair Days. Since he's been gone, my hair looks like shit. right. Little by little. All right, not perfect. And again, there's something a bit odd about putting all this attention on portraits of these murderers. But here I am because, hey, I need content. Let's see. We have to fix your eyes to be connected. See, she doesn't have her husband. It's like, girl, you look gorgeous. You know? She threw all of that away. I don't know. Shouldn't just make assumptions about people. I mean, we can make them about her. I mean, she's been convicted. Maybe later on she can say, it was all a mistake. And, I'm actually the victim here. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes. Oh, boy. I guess the plan would have worked too if it hadn't been for those, I don't know, meddling neighbors maybe? I don't even know how she got caught. I think. Oh, why I suspect? Because I think quite a few of them got busted with the evidence on them and stuff. Can't remember all the details. But just because you're not a master criminal doesn't mean you don't suffer the masterful criminal fate. Or something like that. All right. Well, good enough. Now on to our final contestant. The woman who wanted to gut her boyfriend like a deer. Not that deer are running around gutting anyone. No, no. She meant, like, when you go hunting deer and then you shoot them and then you hang them upside down. Yeah, so, and that's when you rip open their guts. Yeah, like that. I mean, that's what she does, and that's how she was trying to convey an expression of her intent. Okay. Huh. I want to shrink that down a bit. There you go, Goldilocks. I guess things just didn't work out for you, did it? Well, that happens. And the law does frown upon people plotting the murder of their spouses or, significant others. I forget what the situation was. Don't worry, I'm gonna get this spot too. Look, whatever, just don't get my hair wrong. I'm dealing with a lot of stress. Yeah. I mean, poor girl, her boyfriend's dead. Okie dokie. Well, look at that. Usually it just goes all over the place. Oh, what do you know? Alright. There we go. There we are. Yay. Yay. Oh, well, let me go ahead. Yeah, flatten. Yeah, not much. Yeah. It's more down here. Oops. That's dead as a mugshot, so it's dead on. All right. Probably. Oops. Oops. A little bit here. A little bit there. And that'll about do it. Green. Probably more like that. There you go. All right. And the final tidbit. There we go. Darken that in. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yip, dip, dip. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yip, dip, dip. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, you're dismissed. And so are you. All right. There we go. Whoops. Crazy bus driver. And crazy bitches all around. Oops. What did I just do? Wrong one. Oh, I forgot the camera was on the whole time. Jeez. That's terrible. I apologize. Oh, let's back up a few here. Oh, let me check. Okay, we're good. More all kinds of recipes. That Starry says that looks so much like her, just a miserable person. They're all miserable, I'm afraid. Jackie Plager, I'm kind of funny about thyme for some reason. Tend to find it almost soapy. But fresh basil and fresh mint give me life. Jackie, Doug, she has dark circles in that mugshot. Hard to capture in a drawing. Yeah, I would have to add more to it, sort of probably uh, kind of gray out some things here. Like that. Here. This sort of thing. And then go back over with darkening it. So that makes it a little darker. Something like that. Whoops. I also darkened her eyes to be almost completely block. Bloop. There. They really make your eyes come bright out. Yeah. Something like that. That ought to do it. Starry and Jackie talking about all kind of food to eat. uh, um, yeah, celery's good. There's something very strong about the taste and the scent, and the stingy texture don't help. I did have to eat some during the Passover Cedars this weekend and managed it without feeling sick. Progress. Well, there you go. See, that's great. Uh, Jackie, I can also tolerate raw carrot if it's shredded in something like slaw. Can't eat a raw carrot stick. Wow. But love cooked carrot and cooked celery. So a lot of celery, a lot of food. Plaid core. Love fresh cucumber. That's Jackie saying that. Oh, two plaid core, yeah. Plaid core, that's another thing from childhood I've kept with Pellel. Pellel, probably a no shit comment, but this hairdresser woman is most attractive of all three. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so out of the four, I guess she's the winner. Um, Jackie Pella, I love apple and celery. Yeah, that's a good snack. Jackie says I meant to write apple and peanut butter, not celery. Oh, well, that is yeah. She was going on about celery earlier, but apple and peanut butter. Night Starry. Oh, Starry had to go. Sorry, I missed her. Jackie, Doug, that woman on the left looks like she's taken more than her share of thirst traps. More than likely. Okay, apple and peanut butter. I used to drink alcohol. I loved Pimm's with cucumber. Yeah. But apple and peanut butter, is hard to beat too. Uh, Jackie, Doug, you can assume she's human garbage. That more than likely appears to be the case. Plaidcore and gin fan, apples, bananas, banana bread. Yeah, I used to love that. Can't do it anymore though. Jackie, Doug, you did that last girl dirty. LOL. Yeah, well, she had it coming. She gutted her boyfriend. I'll take your pity. It was Jackie. You gave her the April Imholt hairline and an extra 20. No, look, April just has a very large forehead. Pillel and man, all this. Boy, I tell you, you really introduced quite the popular subject here, Jackie. People can just go on. But then again, it is an important thing. You do have to eat something. So everybody's got their recipes and all that stuff. I just looked and it turned out I get the 3 pounds of PLs. They're $3.99 at Kroger or Aldi. The Honey Crisps are 10 for a smaller bag, $4 a pound or so. Jackie, I've never felt more boring than I have tonight. Doug, you have truly humbled me. Well, it was not the intention, of course. Plantigore, I'll have to do some comparisons between Costco and Kroger. I've seen an Aldi around, but I forgot where. Also, I just forgot about Google. LOL. All that happens, all this modern technology that will soon be our demise. We are so dependent upon the AI. Jackie says, Plantcore, I was surprised this week to see Costco wasn't cheaper than Kroger for a lot of things I needed. Huh. Well, we're in interesting times economically as well as everything else. So there we go. These were the ladies who committed terrible crimes. Some more worse than others. I'm looking at you two. But Skullface here was pretty bad. This one, well, you almost screwed up really bad, and you still kind of sort of did. But of the four, she probably won't do as much time, All right. I guess that'll do it. If I can, I'll try to do Wednesday comics later on in the morning hours. Then I got to go to bed and then get up earlier than usual. Oh, God, that's hard to do. To do Doomcock's Pop Culture Breakdown show. I'm sure we'll be talking about Daredevil and Doctor Who, what's left of it, and stuff like that, you know. Then I'll jump over to Pat's, and if I'm still alive by then, I'll probably do another one of these. As to what, I don't know. Could do a drawing, but I'll probably be so tired by then. I'm wondering if I could just do a tour of past Photoshops and stuff, like a lot of the Anthony Cumia stuff and that kind of thing, and could do that, which would probably be easier to do, even if I'm dead tired. So anyway, Applied course. See, Doug acknowledged your engaging food convo. Yeah. Jackie says, nice dark circles on that bald bitch, Doug. Okay. Vladimir, yeah, Costco is upping stuff for sure. And they'll say it's the tariffs or something, and maybe so. And Jackie, Doug, I can only imagine what you see at work of life's rich tapestry on a daily basis. The stench alone should get you danger pay. Yeah, I need to make a case about that. On occasion. On occasion. Good Lord. It's, geez. You know, now that you mention it, it's pretty bad. Thanks for showing us your art. Yeah, especially the night shift, says Plaidcore. Jackie says, thanks for showing us your artistry and creating such a rich atmosphere for a crazy hang, Doug. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad you all had a good time, and we'll do it again soon. Plaidcore, I do like working at night, kind of like now. Plaidcore, thanks, Doug. Jackie Plaidcore, I worked in Rite Aid as a teen, and handling the stinky, damp cash alone made me try. Yes. You're going to at least have some ready hand sanitizer just for the cash alone, you know? Plaidcore, cash is gross. It is, but I love it. Yes. Isn't that the conundrum? The conundrum of life itself. Yeah. So many wrongs and things that cause you trouble, yet you do love it. What are you going to do? Just live is all. That's all you can do. So, yeah, that's the idea. Maybe there'll be a Wednesday comics. I can't promise that. I'm pretty tired. But I'll show up at the Doomcock show later in the evening and then head over to Pat's and all that. So we'll see how that unfolds. So have a good rest of your night or morning now. And I'll visit with you again soon.